a show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and it's Fun Friday as we've got special guests with us today.
Are they special?
He's special.
Did he put a comma or did he say this special guest?
How are y'all today?
Wonderful.
Just
Scotty
lovely.
Ray.
What a couple they make.
A couple of what?
Raining today. You were mentioning you saw a bunch of Highway Patrol having to...
Oh, yes, sir. I think MHP's working from Neshoba to Clark.
And all points in between.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And this really works out. Now, y'all need to plan ahead when you come up to a stop sign. Slow down before you get there because you will go through it.
It's slick out there today.
It's very, very slick. It rained.
A good bit.
Rained a couple of inches, sounded like.
I'm thankful it's not cold, though.
I wanted to show this as we all learn about what happened in Washington at Reagan International. And again, it couldn't hit much more local than this as we go to Macon, Mississippi, up to Noxubee County. This young man here.
Yeah.
This is going to be Andrew Eves. He's been identified as the Black Hawk Army helicopter. I think he was the pilot of that. We pass along condolences. They have confirmed he passed away with that. We send condolences to his family members. And again, you just can't get much more home than that.
Yeah. That's
again, preliminary things that we're hearing is they didn't have enough staffing the air traffic controllers. They had cut back, let somebody go home early before the 9:30 cutoff to when they cut back to one person, and one person was trying to do traffic for helicopters and for airplanes. That's the beginning of this. We'll probably hear more as it moves along. It's just sad all the way around.
It's awful. I keep seeing the videos. I guess there was some ice skating team or something like that.
It was a championship couple or a champion couple that was on there with their coach.
Okay, but there was like several young kids that were all ice skaters, and so I've seen a lot of the videos.
Yeah,
And I mean, they were coming back or going to a competition apparently, but I mean, it was a ton of like preteen and teenage ice skaters.
It is horrible, whatever, and there'll be finger pointing, this one, that one. It's sad. I mean, that's just a sad situation. Our hearts and our prayers go out to the family of all those involved.
And we'll have a more complete list probably by Monday of everybody. It's just so amazing how on an airplane there's all walks of life on that. You never know who's on the plane with you. It's a lot of famous people sometimes in these planes that you just don't know about. So we will get that information along to you as it comes about and they release more information on that. You heard us talking about. I just got to show a picture. As they made the announcement that they're going to let other correspondents come into the briefing room now for information.
Okay.
Let me find out which network she works for. Steve Bannon, you know who I'm talking about? He's got what he calls the War Room. And he's been sending his young lady up to cover the White House.
Okay.
But she's causing quite the stir because nobody can focus on anything else other than her.
I don't even want to
Greg,
know.
I'm going to let Greg...
Throw it out there.
Here she is. Let's pull the picture down. They say that she's just too sexy to be coming up in there.
Who is that? Who said that?
There's other people doing that in the story here.
Okay.
First time, her name is Winters.
Did she dress like that to go to the White House?
Well, this was her first time to the White House, and they said this was a no-no, that she should not have worn that.
She looks like a cheerleader.
Yeah. We didn't see anything wrong with
there's
it.
Professional and there's professional, and I don't.
She need to dress a little better, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
When you go to the White House, it does become a profession. It's just like federal.
It's a respect for the
Sometimes a pantsuit is
where
what
you're
you
at. A pantsuit.
Yeah.
I really don't like those.
Y'all are always too critical of women, but I'll give you that one's too. That one's probably not White House appropriate.
And the dress was a little fitted. We'll go there.
Unless Bill was still in the White House.
You know.
That was the wrong color dress.
But changes coming to the White
did
House.
not.
All right. Anyways,
Oh, have mercy, have mercy. We've got a lot to talk about what's going on. We did have some gunfire in Philadelphia, Mississippi, and we ought to talk about this real quick.
Really?
As Valley View Drive. Now, they arrived. It was gunfire put out. No one was hurt. There was physical altercation going on. Male left the scene before the officers arrived. So there have been several people that said they saw it happening. They arrived on the scene. He left the scene on foot pretty quick there. Tends to happen. Now, also, don't forget, in just a second, we're going to come back. We're going to talk about what went on yesterday. There's rumors of gunshots and things during a political speaking. I was there. We'll tell you about that next. That's coming up. We got birthdays coming in yet?
We got a couple, and then we had some. We really need to go back and look during this break and catch up on one or two.
All right. Get yours to us. We'd love to tell everybody about it. Julia's on fire today. Oh, and before we go,
oh gosh,
I was filming at the Riley Center, and I kept getting these texts. Have you seen Julia? And I said, no, I can't see her.
who was texting you that?
I got like 4 texts.
No, you did
Oh,
not.
yes, a Scout's honor. And they said, she's wearing glasses. And I never, where are the glasses?
I have on my contacts. I mean, it's
What do
not
you-
that.
Well, what do you look like? I've never seen you
You
with
must
them
be
on.
hard up for a news story if that's what our discussion topics
I've
are.
never
this
seen her in
morning.
glasses.
Me
Yeah,
either. I
I have
thought
glasses.
somebody had made a mistake. Seriously, I thought they'd made. I didn't even know that you wore contacts.
I do.
But it was all the buzz.
Everybody knows now.
It was it was the buzz of the Riley
Everybody
Center.
that anybody knew the other day.
I didn't. Well,
That whole front row was a roar over it. Now she's going to go back and look at the front row.
can we go
sitting
back?
there.
Can we go to commercial, please?
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp to trail riding or just working around on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're building it, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
We back?
Y'all caught me trying to find my coffee cup. I was really engaged in what's going on in the state of Mississippi right now. As we got word, something was going on with Shad White and the lieutenant governor. Of course, both are most likely going to be running for governor of the state of Mississippi. I think both of them want it. As we all know, if it weren't for Brett Favre, and we've got him just a little bit tied into this, his name's been brought up a lot, former governor involved, Phil Bryant. We have, I went blank, Shad White doing this investigation. He turned up that $5 million in the state of Mississippi was misappropriated, misused. Now the lieutenant governor wants to propose preventing the auditor's office from investigating anybody. What's the dollar amount?
I think it's like I think it varies on like if it's a public or private entity, but it is a limiting of the authority of the state auditor.
How do you put a cap on that, dude? I mean, I'm sorry, that's a red flag right there.
That's
I mean,
saying
that's like, I'm guilty or something. I mean, I'm sorry, that
I don't want you investigating my friend.
I'm
That
going to pass a
stinks.
law to cover me before you even start looking at it.
Well, I'll say okay. So I don't know who actually introduced the bill, but I don't.
It ties back to the lieutenant governor.
Okay, and I haven't read it. It doesn't make sense from afar. admittedly, but I would probably propose to whoever introduced it. It's just come out of committee, so it'll go to the Senate floor, House, all that kind of stuff. It's got a lot of steps before it actually came through. But I would be interested to hear the defense of why. When you're introducing this sort of legislation, okay, well, I mean, is there a problem? Did something come up? It also limits his ability to engage with outside auditing firms because he did a statewide efficiency audit.
Right, he said, I spent $2 million and saved you.
Company out of Boston or something.
And there's been a lot of questions about that company and the purchasing and stuff like that. And so that bill also addresses his ability to do that. Open-minded, but it doesn't. On the surface,
folks, it looks like we got a cat trying to run something here. It sounds very, very dirty. If you've got somebody that's busted somebody and you want to make sure it never happens again so people can play, then you introduce a bill that blocks them from investigating your friends. That is the absolute worst thing you could do as a politician, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that 100%.
Whoa, I'm shocked. Now, you do get somebody else to introduce it. Of course you do. They get a phone call and goes, hey, this is what I want you to do. We all know that goes on behind doors up there. Now, it passed. Which committee was it that it passed?
I actually have a note over here. It's like something efficiency and accountability, efficiency, and whatever. I don't know.
It hadn't made it out of committee yet.
It made it out of Senate committee yesterday, I believe.
And will be headed to the Senate to be voted on. Mm-hmm. Should it pass there, then it will go to the House.
Yes.
I would think that most senators would vote this down. We'll have to make some phone calls.
Depends on who's in their head.
Yes, we'll have to find that out.
Depends on who needs covering up.
And of course, Phil Bryant's not happy about this at all. I mean, we do have politicians, and y'all think about the United States government. Of course, they don't want to be investigated, any of them. And if you have a way to protect them, they want that. I just ain't no way around this.
Well, you've also got coming out, I don't think it's made it out of committee yet, but the use of tasers by our law enforcement officer, they're trying to...
Is this in case they get out of hand in the Senate and you just run up and get another senator?
They don't want you to use them unless it is a lethal force situation. And now you're going to be putting our law enforcement officers in another danger.
That bothers me because you're not there and you don't know what's life-threatening.
Yeah.
So
what's threatening to one may not be threatening to another one. I mean, you got a guy that's 6'6", weighs 300 pounds, a muscle head, and then you got a cop
on drugs that's hyped
up against 150-pound.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe in tasers, but that's just my opinion. I think if you've got to use force, use force. No, you ain't got to get rid of one or two, then they'll all fall in line. But that's just Greg's sick way of thinking. If the policeman tells you to do something, here's a thought: do it.
I would 100%.
Do it. Fight. You might win in court in front of a judge. You will not win on a scene with an officer. Just do what they tell you to do. And people are, well, you think there are some dirty ones out there. I'm telling you, they are.
Mm-hmm. Don't give them a reason to be dirty.
It's a minute percentage of cops that are dirty. The majority of them are there to try to help you. Just do what they say. That's all you got to do.
Take it up in court later, get you a lawyer.
That's right.
And forgive me, I do know that costs, because a lot of people go, well, I ain't got the money to do that.
Yeah.
I get it. There are public defenders. Are they the best?
Well, if you push that guy to where he has to tase you or pull a weapon, you're going to have the money anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, why not just comply? Do what they tell you. They got a bad enough job dealing with the stuff they have to deal with every day. Just do what they say.
What happens, Greg, when they jump on the press and they've done nothing wrong?
Imagine that. Lashing out, I think.
Suppression of the free speech. Is that what you're getting
Yes, sir. I've been there. But I did comply because it just wasn't worth the argument there.
Exactly.
Get video of it and then go sue. That's the best way to do when they're absolutely wrong. Sometimes somebody like that, you've got to show you can't do that.
Right.
They don't understand the law themselves.
Again, I'm not saying they're all perfect. But they got a job that I most definitely do not want.
Absolutely.
And it seems to me like we're raising generations of kids that have less and less respect for them. I was raised up to where if you have an issue, you run find a policeman.
Yep.
And now it's, how many times have we heard that mother in the grocery store or something? I'm going to have him arrest you if you don't act right. No.
Yeah,
no, that's not discipline. No.
Yep.
That policeman should be that child's best friend. But that's
you're
just
right,
my
Greg.
opinion.
99% of all officers are legit.
Yep, 99.9%. But there's people that do bad at every job. You know what? It's called human nature. It talks about that in the Bible. I mean, where humans get involved.
Have we ever seen someone in the preaching business that's done wrong?
They're falling from. But you never hear about
what
the 10.
Picking on Jimmy for this morning. What did Jimmy Swagger do to you?
But you never hear about the 10 million that did right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. All you see is that one black eye on the bad.
That one bad apple.
Yep.
But anyhow, all right, I'm through. I'm getting off my.
Hey, we went down to Dumont Plaza yesterday morning. And there's rumor that there may be one other person at the last minute qualify for a run for mayor today. We'll see in the city limits of Meridian. Rita Jack announced her bid for mayor yesterday at Dumont Plaza. She had her sign up, the whole 9 yards there. She gave her speech there to folks to come on out and vote for her. We would leave there. We had to grab a quick hamburger because I'd have passed out. I couldn't have made it to the next one.
You eat at 10:30.
I know. I called Greg and said, "Look, where's Odie?" And he goes, "He's missing." So I had to go on by myself out there and eat.
Well, I was in Jackson, and I wish I had a hamburger.
Where'd you get a burger from?
Food I've ever eaten in my life.
Where'd you get a burger from?
I went to Mickey D's. They are so sweet to me.
I bet they are.
No. Tell them we're the best sandwich.
We talked about that
we're going to get on food, guys. Buckle up if you need to take a bathroom break.
We went by the back porch, and I'm telling you something.
That was called the Big Nasty?
Yeah. Hank is not the sandwich. He's not the sandwich daddy. He is an artist. I'm telling you. The guy is awesome. That's one of the best sandwiches, the best bread, best service.
Pimento cheese thrown in there?
Pimento cheese on like.
I'm surprised you eat that.
Roast.
Oh, yeah.
It was fine.
Look, when we were kids, when we went on vacation, you had to eat it or not eat. I know about that stuff.
Okay.
Slap it on that sandwich and eat.
Pimento cheese.
Well, it was fine, and I will be back.
Chicken sandwich too.
But if you didn't realize that, they are doing sandwiches there now.
They got a Reuben on their menu. They got the
How many did you eat?
What's the New Orleans thing? The
Muffaletta.
Oh yeah.
Muffaletta.
One of everything.
No, but I have good intentions on getting one of everything they got. I'm telling you, Hank's the man. Go see.
I'm not going to say where I went yesterday, but this is supposed to be a nice diner, and it looked like it was packed. And they have a huge bakery, lots of cookies, and I bought some of them too. But anyway, I got turkey and dressing. We are in Mississippi. We are in the South, and it's the first time I've ever sat down at something that's supposed to be nice that had turkey, that was a sliced turkey that you put on a piece of bread that was laid on top of some stovetop stuffing. Who in Mississippi serves stovetop stuffing? Because this is turkey and dressing.
Well, they don't know.
Look how upset he is.
No, I agree with you.
I was upset.
Maybe that was the Lord telling you to cut back a little bit.
That was the worst meal I ever ate.
We're going to have to start on Fridays doing the taste testing thing.
I agree. We need to become restaurant critics, and we need to have a Friday show where we go and we test their food. Because nobody knows more about food than us.
Hey, a meet, greet, and eat at a restaurant is different around town.
Okay.
All right, up next, we're going to be right back. We're going to talk to you about what happened yesterday. And I'm dead serious. If a lot of people, it's a nightmare. I'll put it that way. We will be right back with the details of what went on yesterday at Highland Park. We'll give you all the details of who, what, and when, and what went on. Have mercy.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the back porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Well, I was trying to find the clip. It's what took us that second of a bleak.
But we are back.
Yes, sir. Let me get this pulled up, and let's just number one talk about. We had several yesterday announced that they were going to run for mayor. Jimmie Smith announced his. Yeah, we had
not
a couple.
several.
Well, a couple. There was probably some more talking about it.
Okay.
So you're saying I'm wrong?
I'm just saying, if you're reporting the news, you know,
do it accurately.
Stick with the numbers.
Here we go.
I think we got one today that's going to be announced.
Okay.
Number one, I went to Highland Park, and and again, it's a beautiful building. We've got the Frank Cochran Center, and we'll talk about that just in a second. I don't know who do you know who the campaign manager is for Jimmie? Does he have one?
I'm not sure.
If he doesn't have one, I highly suggest he get one.
Okay.
It is, folks, it's time. As we begin there, and what do you call it when somebody builds you up? What do you call that? That motivational speaker? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like
Jimmie had a
hype guy.
A hype guy. Mm-hmm. He had a guy that was a former NFL player come back and talk, and I'm sure the guy is a really nice guy, big fella. And he was talking about being from Meridian and crime, and that his mother was murdered in Meridian as a kid in 1987. And then he got off to talking about the gangs and how there's been gangs in Meridian for quite some time, and then he started talking directly to the gangs. And folks, I'm here to tell you, and everybody there witnessed it. It was the biggest racial slur that I've ever heard. The big one was dropped during that, and it was like, did I just hear that? And then it was that point of, you could tell they wanted to get him off the microphone. And you could see it in the eye behind everybody back there. And he paused, and it was, "Thank you for what you done." Bye. That should have never happened. That was bad.
Yeah.
You don't do it. And it was dropped during the speech.
Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, you can't control everybody. I'm certain that they did not know that he was going to say that.
Oh, no, they had no idea.
So
but an embarrassment.
That's unfortunate. Yes.
An embarrassment.
It is a reflection of the campaign, but I'm certain they didn't. That wasn't a planned statement.
Everyone tries to vet anyone that's going to talk, and you can't. Sometimes it can't be controlled.
The show is a prime example.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. This is what they say about.
So they did a what not to do video.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Here's the next one, and I want y'all to listen closely to this. As Jimmie is speaking, Gunfire. Now he's been talking about what a fine job the police chief does. Brought her up, introduced her to everybody. That ends, and Gunfire breaks out. Let me just show you the clip. This is, if y'all will listen in the background, it's coming up here. Let me turn this up in here where y'all can hear it.
And what I love, watch my guy Patrick Gale.
Right here.
I want everybody to go inside when we get through talking.
Immediately, he's like, he knows.
That's right. That's a good right there.
Absolutely, and he is a good
his
one.
Surroundings.
He immediately reacts.
I did too.
Yeah.
And what interesting, what had happened before that, there was to the left of me was somebody that was arguing in the street, and I heard it, and I started paying more attention to what was happening in the street, because I thought, my gosh, wouldn't it be awful if something like that happened while he was speaking?
So you did make it happen.
Yeah.
So you had your camera on a tripod?
No, I was holding it with my hand. I didn't. I
figured that would have been turned into a running situation.
And I panned the crowd to look behind us, and of course, it come from the top of the hill. Still Highland Park. I don't care how you slice
the grassy knoll.
Yes, it was.
Where the couple that was trying to run for safety.
Correct, died.
Yeah.
Now, again, let's talk. How many $1 million was spent on this building?
I don't recall exactly.
3 or something
5?
like that.
Yeah,
On top
yeah.
of the insurance money.
Yeah, it's something in that range.
So now, how many people are going to go rent this? Now, I know it's already being rented, but for your sake, do you feel safe when the mayor can't give a speech? without gunfire erupting in the background. Do you want?
It's very unfortunate, and it's really sad for the people in that neighborhood because this is commonplace for them sometimes. But I will say that facility was not built necessarily to rent. It's a community.
Built as a teen center.
Yeah, but it is a community. Mm-hmm. It's used by people in that neighborhood, and there's different recreational facilities, and that's part of.
Well, the Crew-a-Roo was there for years on end.
Yeah.
Fireman's ball, policeman's ball. I mean,
high school
art in the park.
The collector's fair. We used to have
car shows. When we spent, everybody went to the park back then.
But I don't believe it's going to be in high demand. There's going to be some in the beginning. Don't get me wrong. But do you feel safe there? Especially you hear the mayor, and they constantly get on me. For any time there's gunfire and I mention the word Highland Park, I'll get a message saying, don't say Highland Park because it didn't happen in Highland Park. Well, if it happens and I'm standing in the street and I can look at where the gunfire come from, I'm going to call that Highland Park.
And I understand the safety concerns, but I wouldn't say not fixing up Frank Cochran Center afterwards. That's not a solution either to abandon.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Yeah, so I think the investment was appropriate.
I do.
Because you can't make it better by abandoning it. So I think that this should highlight that Highland Park's still a beautiful park, and it's got
broken windows theory.
We gotta change it. Yeah.
But until the people want it changed. Now, I don't get on this political stuff that often, but I'm just telling you, you can hire all the police officers. You can hire the best trained. People talk about the chief of police. You can go anywhere in the world and get you a chief of police, but until the people want their community cleaned up and they want this stuff gone, it's not going to happen. It's a combined effort. It takes all parties involved to make this work. I'm not blaming the people. I'm not blaming the police chief. I'm not blaming the mayor. Everybody's got to work together, and you got to want it cleaned up. You can't expect somebody to come into your neighborhood to clean it up. You got to work together. Now that's just. I ain't gonna charge no extra.
But that's what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's point blank. There's nothing added to it, taken away. As he was talking, there was gunfire, and it was a single gunshot.
Yeah.
It was not multiple. I want to be very clear about that. No one was hit. No one was injured, to my knowledge. Mm-hmm. But that's the way it went down there.
And I know that Scotty Ray, some people think that maybe you hold the mayor accountable a little bit more than others, and this was like oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened at his campaign announcement kind of wow. But ultimately it's really sad that in the middle of the day there's gunshots going off in a neighborhood and near a park in our community.
And let me say that about that, my door is open anytime that Jimmie would like to come discuss it. We offer that. I'll come to his office and record it. They've had other networks go down and record. I didn't get the invite. I'm sorry. I would have come, but I didn't get that opportunity like others.
Yeah, you should have.
It was a few months back when he said that he'd leave his door open during those interviews because there was no crime in Meridian, and I would have to disagree with it. I wouldn't have let him just said that. I would have questioned him on it.
Right.
Jimmie, please explain that when we've got two people that were murdered that had the door open.
Right.
Tell me that. And at the end of the day, whether I believe it, and he may have done some good policies. It's possible. We don't know because there is no communication. We don't. I hear that they were trying to pass a communications director job not long ago at $86,000. When we've got that same person that, at 60? We need to know more. We need to hear from you. When that 5-year-old was killed in Meridian, not the first press conference, not the first word, nothing. That's all I got to say.
April 1st is coming.
It is.
And the people will decide.
We'll be right back.
At the back porch, we're bringing family.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rock House Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rock House Gun and Pawn. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Good morning.
You taking a picture of everybody for a selfie?
Are you taking a selfie?
We're on.
Did you get Snapchat, Scotty Ray?
Yeah,
hey, it's your show is on.
Somebody said I didn't have my glasses on. I should have put them on.
Is that what you do?
I have to put it out there where I can read anything. Greg, we have sad news for you.
What happened?
This was a place near and dear to your heart that is going away at this point.
Well, the boat was already
seafood
gone.
place on 8th Street.
Yep.
That
Gulf Coast Seafood. Used to be a boat.
Man, that's a classic.
Used to be a boat on the roof.
I don't think we ever came to town in Meridian growing up where we didn't get stopped at that stoplight. Because I just feel like I've always seen, and they'd always have the price on like little poster boards in the window of.
No.
I grew up right there because right beside it was the original Dairy Queen.
That's right, sure was. Right next to the Datsun dealership.
That was on the other side of 38th Street. Yep.
Man, how time flies from us there. But that is no more. That little backhoe was taking it down. And again, all that came about a few months ago when a stolen car got
parked
hit
in the middle of it.
Yep. We got a missing puppy dog we need to talk about. Right here.
Oh.
Missing from Conahatta. They sure would like to have him back.
Yeah.
Tucker.
I'm gonna be honest. Some people watch or keep up with your page for the wrecks, but I like to see. I hate the dogs are missing, but I love seeing all the dogs.
They're cute, aren't they?
They are really sweet.
And there's a lot of them that make it back home because the dog themselves made the Scotty Ray Report.
Look at Scotty Ray.
And it does. Y'all would be shocked in most cases how, whether it's a purse, it's a puppy dog.
You get them back together.
Car keys.
Wives that run off. And
that's not as big anymore as it used to be.
But we do find a lot of things that are lost in Meridian and get them returned.
Move along.
Move along.
Move along.
All right, as we begin today, let's see what happened today in the beginning, and that was another day there. That is not right. Let's go back to 1942. It would be halted. Y'all ready for this?
We're ready. Are you ready?
You're ignoring me.
I bet they'll both get this one.
Okay.
They halted production of all cars and everything in the U.S. of A. back in 1942. Do y'all know why?
World War II.
There you go. And they started making Jeeps up in all these places.
And a lot of those people making them were women.
It sure was.
Yeah.
What was that girl that had the
Rosie the Riveter?
Yeah. She was tough, wasn't she?
Oh,
now, this guy.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about an actor who was good? His name was Mike, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mike.
Mike the detective. He started out on Breaking Bad, and then he'd get to revive his role over on Better Call Saul.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The bald-headed?
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
Mike
I love
come
him.
to visit you, it was just all over for you.
He's a fixer.
He loved that grandbaby, though.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. And if y'all have never watched any of those shows, do so.
Well, the old
those are really
Dodge Diplomat he drove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so ugly.
Yeah.
It just kind of blended in, though, didn't it? Do y'all remember? And
Yeah, I do.
I didn't listen to this music, but I know a lot of you. That's
So
the way.
not
I like
top 5
it.
country.
The KC and the Sunshine Band. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's them.
Is that how your hair used to look?
I didn't
Greg?
get that station.
No, mine's always been like this. How it is.
I just had a wide part.
Real wide.
Real wide.
I want to to say that they were at the Silver Star not long ago.
Who?
Seeing the sunshine band, weren't they?
Yep.
And it was a lot of people wanting to go.
I missed that one.
It
must have been out of town.
But you didn't want to go, did you?
I seen Willie up there at Silver Star. I seen Merle up there.
I saw Willie at the Riley Center.
Seen him at the fairgrounds.
Who was that passed out during the show up there that time?
A lot of folks did. Oh, wait, you talking about not the audience?
I don't know if we're talking about the real time that somebody passed.
It was a singer who passed out on stage.
Okay, we're talking about I don't know.
Because we covered it.
It wasn't Willie.
No, it wasn't Willie. It was a younger person that did that.
Well, most people that are alive are younger than Willie.
Not when we were talking about Merle and Willie.
Y'all, when I saw
this was
him,
like an R&B artist.
When I saw him at the Riley Center, the way the lights came through, the hair on his arm was
Willie?
like that. Yes.
He's woolly.
He really is.
Well, as old as he is, the hair kept growing. Before long.
Anybody remember the name Kelly Lynch?
It sounds really familiar.
Anybody remember watching?
She was a doctor.
She sure was. Roadhouse. Do y'all remember her?
Yes.
I don't think she's been in.
Of course, y'all do.
She was pretty.
But she didn't. Did y'all ever see her in anything else again? It says that she was in Cocktail also. That was before.
She had a red Jeep in Roadhouse.
She sure did.
In Cocktail. I don't remember in Cocktail.
I can barely remember Tom. What was his name? Pretty
Tom
boy.
Hanks.
No. Pretty boy that was in Maverick. Top Gun.
Cruise.
Oh yeah,
Tom Cruise.
He made the drinks in there in the bar, and that was the big.
The girl that he fell for, she was the Ralph Macchio's girlfriend on
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid, the first one.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna watch that Karate Kid.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Wax
show.
on.
New
Wax
Karate Kid on Netflix. That series is good. It's about Ralph Macchio is older.
I just don't understand how y'all watch so much.
But
TV.
also, didn't Will Smith's kid play it? And everybody said it was bad.
Yeah, that was
terrible.
one. I don't know.
It was
but he
terrible.
did once.
Tone Loc, that's who passed out.
Tone Loc, you're right. That's who it was.
Funky Cold Martini.
You know that the funky.
I didn't get that station either.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, that was a big hit back in the late.
This is not my wheelhouse.
As we go back to.
Well, am I the only one that listened to that kind of music? I listened to all of it.
I heard it in an elevator one time, and I went to a party.
Using a bad
I went to a party in Neshoba. No. It was Clark County, and somebody had that funky Cold Medina on, and that was down there. It's Clark County. Y'all.
Your mama tell you not to hang out with those types of people.
Don't ever go back with them people. It was 1970 that this would come out and become a hit. You ever hung around, Greg? You ever hung around something and you know it's ugly, but the longer. The longer you're around it,
kind of grows on you.
Yeah. Kind of like
a wart.
Like turning down food the first day because you think, well, that ain't good enough. The old hot bologna and egg.
Yeah, that's what Tom T. Hall said, ain't it?
It is right there.
So about that third day, the jailer's wife wasn't that ugly.
But she brought that hot bologna every day.
Yeah.
When he got ready to leave town, he asked her if she wanted to run away.
Y'all are awful.
I remember it like it was yesterday. That was pretty good. Have you ever heard it, Julia?
Mm-mm.
He's passing through a little small southern town, gets a speeding ticket, and doesn't have any money, and he gets put in jail, and he doesn't have a wallet. And he has to wait for somebody to come bail him out. And after a week of eating that bad bologna and that ugly woman, she just got prettier every day.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Oh, Minnie Driver.
No comment.
Anybody remember Minnie Driver?
Huh?
Yeah, her.
No.
Goodwill Hunting. I did see that.
No.
Did see.
I've heard her name. I don't know a lot about her. She wasn't in Smokey and the Bandit or any big movies, so we.
Dukes of Hazzard.
I mean, she wasn't on the Andy Griffith Show, so.
I started watching
or Dukes of Hazzard
last night. That's a good one.
I'm surprised she made the cut.
You ever been out on a date and you go, well, it's not love, but you'll do?
Oh.
Don't answer that.
Oh.
We go back for the mighty Merle Haggard. He wrote a song about it. It's not love, but it's not bad.
No.
It was #1 today back in, what was that, 73?
He had a lot of them.
Yeah.
If we make it through December. And,
if we make it through midnight.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't listen to all that music all the time. It was good to listen to, but then, my God, all it talked about was cheating and stealing and
everything you were doing.
Yeah, but if you played them backwards, you got your house, your truck, and your dog back.
That's why I didn't ever go backwards.
I was learning to walk.
This.
How's that going for you?
1975. This would be like pure torture to probably me and Greg. And you may have listened.
Probably
to it.
I did.
He probably did. Yeah.
I danced to it.
Really?
That's how you get women closer to you.
I didn't think no woman would like that. I didn't even think women liked this. But it went number one. It went gold. He sold 500,000 copies of it. So we do know that there's 500,000 out there that liked it.
Okay.
Oh, Mandy, you made me something.
You want to know what? This actually popped up on like
your music?
A station that I was listening to on Amazon Prime this past week. And I don't think I'd ever heard it.
It was huge. Yeah. I mean, it really was. Did he do something else, Barry Manilow?
Yeah.
Oh, he did a lot of
I mean, he's been around for a long time. I don't know what he does, but
he had a huge nose. I did notice that one. Hey, it was like they took a picture of him and it was nothing but his nose.
Okay. Well.
It just was.
No.
It's his signature thing.
That's right.
You know, like Jules' teeth.
On Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
She did something with that nose, and she had no more.
Well, her nose was pretty. It fit her. We go back to 1976, and what's interesting about this, a guy named Earl Thomas Conley was trying to make it into the world of country music. He wrote a song. He hadn't even been heard of or played yet. But you ever have that girlfriend to where you love her, but you keep doing stuff you shouldn't? There's a lot of old boys that used to do this. He'd cheat on her. Mm-hmm. Over and over, she'd take him back. Mm-hmm. And then one day she goes, "You ain't coming back no more." And he said, "I wrote a song to it, and it was called This Time I've Heard Her More Than She Loves Me." Conway made a #1 out of it. Did y'all know that Earl Thomas wrote that?
Mm-mm.
I did not.
I see the excitement.
Did you know that Conway's real name is Harold Lloyd Jenkins?
I did.
Barry Manilow, yeah, he did Maggie May. Y'all know that one.
No,
Rod
he didn't. Stewart did.
Rod Stewart did that.
You're right.
What? Wait, let me write that down. I got a pen.
I was listening to the viewer here, but I mean, that sounded right, and then you said the right one.
Wake up, Maggie. I think I got something
that's
to
a
say
good
to you.
one.
You ever had that
sure.
saying to you?
I don't know.
Okay, I was just asking. I remember this, and I didn't know who sang it, but I remember hearing it a lot when we didn't have TikTok.
Is high.
And I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Blondie? The tide is high?
No.
Is that what they look like at closing time?
No.
Don't the girls get prettier?
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, she looked a little blurry.
Sometimes it'll get daylight before it gets that late.
Okay.
Golly.
I write the songs that, I write the songs. That was one of his big ones there that Barry Manilow had. I don't remember how the rest of it went, but I do remember that title.
Can't say I got any of his 8 tracks.
The sheriff comes in where Conway was from Friars Point,
Mississippi. Sure was.
I didn't know that.
Got his, it was Conway, Arkansas, and some tissue, wasn't it? No, was it Texas, Twitty City? It was Conway, Arkansas.
What are these words you're even saying right now?
Because he wasn't going to make it as Harold Lloyd Jenkins.
Right.
So he had to come up with a name. And he was looking at something. He looked at that map.
He was looking at a map.
Twitty, Texas, and Conway, Arkansas. He said, "Well, I'll be Conway Twitty."
Okay.
That's how it came about.
And then he and Loretta started singing Louisiana
Woman,
Mississippi Man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So here's the question. Was there something there?
Absolutely.
Who cares?
That's like Porter and Dolly. They can say what they want to.
That's something went on.
Yeah.
Bert and Dolly, too. Huh? You got a point there, huh?
Sally Field is where that went.
I don't.
It was 1981. Anybody remember this guy, Justin Timberlake?
Oh, yeah.
Not on purpose.
No, he's good. Leave him alone.
What does he sing?
He was in NSYNC, right?
Yeah, the NSYNC boys.
Yeah, and then he went by himself. He's done a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I saw him in Vegas. He's a really good performer. He's a nice guy. You know.
I've seen him at a distance at a place, but I've never actually spoken to him.
Yeah, I think he gives the impression over, in the world of like long-term stars. He's a hard-working, good guy.
It was 1983 that one of the most controversial laws that ever came about.
Yeah.
It's my car. I ain't got to do that, but they passed a law. They'll charge you $25 if you don't do it now. The seatbelt law went into effect. That's right before they had those that would go up and down. You remember when it go up and down?
Oh yeah,
I hated that
you'd open it. Yeah.
Smokers didn't like it. It took many a smoke away from people.
Knock it straight on out.
I mean, I think you should wear your seatbelts. You don't have a seatbelt guy?
I am.
Yeah.
We were.
Okay.
But
My thing was, I went to work for the state, and I mean, it was mandatory.
Yeah.
Before it was mandatory by law, you had to wear. I mean, that's you're just gonna wear your
That way it
seatbelt.
was in the Navy. You go on the base, you're gonna have a seatbelt.
You're gonna have a seatbelt.
But I do not think you should be fined for it. It's your car.
Yeah.
And I agree that they save lives, and if you want to wear it, fine. But I don't think you should get a ticket for it.
I drove a wrecker for a while, and I've seen cases where they save. There's a lot more cases where they saved a life than where they caught. Well, if he hadn't had his seatbelt on, he could have laid over in the seat. When he ran under
backside story is, it used to be if we pulled you over for any reason and you didn't have it on, we could give you a ticket.
Right.
Now it is a reason to pull you over. Primary deal. But the amount of people who are out driving around who's not doing anything at the time wrong, they're driving the speed limit, but yet they have no driver's license or they have a warrant or something like that. It gives law enforcement
a reason to pull them over.
And I'm aware of that.
Check your ID, and then it's like, you need to come with me.
I always tell my kids that they got to make sure everybody in their car has a seatbelt on, because that's you can have your but you can have your seatbelt on and they don't, and they can. I mean, they become a projectile object in a wreck.
Get pulled over if your passenger doesn't, and you, the driver, gets a ticket.
But what you're referring to is if you've ever seen the videos of when they show inside of a car when they're rolling.
You can have your seatbelt on and the person in the back doesn't, and I mean it's tragic.
That's like a motorcycle helmet. Some states don't require you to ride. First of all, I'm scared to death.
That's natural selection.
No one anyway.
Me either.
But I would want a helmet on. You know what I'm saying? I just. But some states
I don't think that should be required because that's natural selection.
But it's kind of like Tide Pods.
If you're crazy enough to.
Let me say it this way. I have nothing against the seatbelt, and I think you should wear it, but I don't think you should be fined. I think they could do it, make it a law to have it, but that's just bad.
We'll get into the basis of
88.
government.
We go back to the Wonder Years. Y'all remember that TV show?
I loved that. That was the classic. You didn't like the Wonder Years?
I never watched it.
Really?
I watched it with a kid some.
Okay.
But
they would reboot that, and then he'd get charged with sexual harassment, and they canned the show.
Yeah.
Did he really do it, or did somebody just?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know if he really said something, or if it was somebody that took something out of context.
Yeah.
The Me Too movement.
Yeah,
that was during all that. I never watched this. I know it was big. It premiered today in 1999.
I could not do it.
No, that's just
ruined cartoons.
That's just filthy.
Yeah, you're right.
That ruined cartoons. That's not a cartoon.
Anybody remember a guy named Shelley Plachette?
Huh?
Yeah, you do.
Bless
remember
his
her.
heart.
Remember her from?
You said him.
Her. Shelley.
I was like, a man named
That's
Shelley
Bob
Plachette.
Newhart,
You
ain't
still
it?
got a suit like that, don't you, Greg?
I bet Greg does.
It's my car selling suit.
BR 549.
It was 09. Alan went number one with "I'm a Country Boy."
I love him.
Yeah, that was a good song there. He done quite well with that. It would be 2013. I got my years mixed up. This was the beginning of the end, as we knew Randy, where he'd got a little off the path there and got to drinking again. And they
Randy
picked him up.
Travis.
Yeah.
He's running around naked.
God bless.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
I do too.
But that was 2013, and it wouldn't be long after that. He did get his life back straight again, and then he recorded some gospel albums, and then he had that major stroke.
Yeah.
We don't know if any of this all tied together or not.
Wow.
$80. Mark said got a ticket there in Jackson. Ooh, boy, that's stout there.
Yeah, that is.
Fred Savage. Erica said it was Fred Savage that played on the Wonder Years. That was his name.
Okay.
All right.
I can rest easy tonight.
I'll tell you what.
I know I'm being tough on y'all this. It's been a long week.
You get a ticket that you don't want. I didn't get one. I just
tear it up.
Somebody who did. Leave Walmart and go to the mall and you go on the back side, you come to that
Dollar Tree.
By the
where Dollar Tree is. Dollar Tree's in front of you.
You cannot turn left.
You cannot turn left.
That's right.
It's a right turn only. You know how much the ticket is if you was to turn left?
How much?
$200.
Do what?
Yes, sir.
You also, if you keep going down and on frontage road right there, you're not allowed to come out of Crossroads and get back on the interstate because it's a solid white line.
That's so bad. So you just don't.
So you can't cross over.
What got to say about that?
I thought they changed.
Look at him. His blood pressure. I feel it coming
he
up.
didn't get it, but that started a huge deal with like 18 people at one time getting a ticket.
But now back up to the Apple Dollar thing. Now my thing is whatever it is. There is multiple signs that say no left turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if you turn.
But you can turn right, go in the Dollar Tree, turn around in the parking lot, and then come out.
Dollar Tree is just going straight.
That's just it. Don't matter. But how inconsiderate for you to sit there when all these folks behind you. I'm sorry. I'd love to just push them out in the intersection.
But you're right. It does say
you've got ample time. Yeah, you ought to charge them $1,000. I'm sorry.
And
if you ain't got sense enough to read, you don't need to be driving.
So you're saying that was a stupid tax?
Well, exactly.
And the
now
police,
down there where she's at, that is a solid white line, and when you come out of Outback.
But wait a minute, didn't they change that line? They've changed it.
Did they?
Then.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've moved it up, but still, if you go by if you come out of that parking lot, went all the way across, you can miss that white line.
Yeah.
But by law and technicality, you've got to
pull out in your closest lane.
Travel till it's safe, move over one lane. Travel till it's safe, and move over another one. By the time you do that, you're actually in the middle of that curve, and you're not around there.
Have you thought about being a driver's ed teacher there?
That sounds like the same ringtone that went off at the EMBDC annual meeting on
I believe
Tuesday.
It was him. We found the culprit.
Yeah.
Why y'all want to bring that up?
I'm just saying.
I heard that too.
Yeah, it sounded a lot like that ringtone. And it was coming from the direction of where you were sitting.
Front row, wasn't it?
Some people have no manners.
I tell you.
My other one cut off my watch. I had it cut off on my watch, but not my dead gum phone.
But there went Odie on the front row, interrupting the governor of the great state of Mississippi.
I mean, shame.
We'll be right back.
He kept going.
Here at Meridian Cycles, we're your CF Moto headquarters. And here at the end of the year, we have a special deal on CF Moto C-Force 500 four-wheelers. We're offering these for only $69.99 plus tax and title. It is a fantastic deal. And let me tell you some of the features that this four-wheeler has. This C-Force 500 features aluminum wheels, power steering, and a 2,500-pound winch, all at an incredible price of $69.99 plus tax and title. Come see us at Meridian Cycles, 80 Highway 19 North, right here in Meridian, or call 601-485-8700. Come see us.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and Aquapel windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray.
He's laying down on the job.
When you pay for talent like this.
That's right. We were discussing hair appointments, okay?
We brought up
We go to the same person.
He doesn't have to get his washed before they cut it, though.
Yeah.
Well, I get my part redone.
Yeah.
We have spoken during that. We got a text and I spoke to him the other day about all this. We should have brought this up earlier. I spoke with Senator Jeff Tate, and we were talking about on the shed white issue. If that comes, he's voting no on that. to where they can take away his powers. He will vote no on that to leave powers to the state auditor to do what they need to.
Did he text you to clarify what his vote was?
Yes.
Just now?
Yes.
Okay.
But
All right.
me and him had talked about it the other day.
Okay.
In detail about that, because it rattled me that somebody would try this. And I called Jeff and said, what say you about this? And he goes, I'm not voting for that.
Yeah.
And
well,
I think there's a number of other senators that will join Jeff.
And this is the thing is, I mean, hundreds, I think, no, well over 1,000, I don't know what the actual number of bills were introduced initially. And then they go to committees, and then they either come out of committee or not out of committee, and then they go back and forth. So the likelihood of this happening is very, very low. It feels like political pandering.
That's why I couldn't believe it made it out of committee.
Yeah.
Well, this is where I go with that. We need the names of the ones who voted for this on the committee so we'll know who they are.
It is.
That probably needs to be replaced.
The state of Mississippi does a fantastic job of publishing. You got to read and you got to go look at it. But you can go to the Mississippi Legislature. You're going to be able to watch the committee hearing. You're going to be able to see the votes. You're going to be able to read where the bill is, any amendments to it. You're going to be able to see who introduced it. So if you're curious, go look. I don't think I'm pretty positive I can say nobody from this area was voted anywhere close to your base that voted yes for this in that committee, but it will come to the Senate floor, and then you can check your senator's
voting record.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I bring up Shad White once again to prove to y'all that Shad White will arrest anyone. And when I tell you anyone, he done arrested Meemaw. Mm-hmm. Meemaw in jail. As we pull up the latest picture from Shad.
Golly, Shad.
He cuffed and stuffed her.
Now I read this. This makes me really upset because a lot of times he gets people that steal time and all that kind of stuff. These people went and set up a fake corporation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was intentional.
There was no way this was an accident. We put it in the wrong account. No, they set up. They had a structured business.
They meant
and
to
was
do
charging
this,
the county for transporting bodies.
Well, they would
and there was
a bill for the county to pay for transport. Then they would stick their own in there for transport.
Yeah.
And who was paying the bills? Because I know ours would look at that and say, Who was paying the bills and say we got one body and two transportation?
Well, in some of the cases, the funeral homes were taking them, and it was
the funeral. This was the ones where the funeral homes were taking them, and so the charge was wrapped up in that or whatever.
So they just made up a company, and when the funeral home would haul the body off, they'd make a bill that the funeral home charged them, and they weren't.
Yeah,
our funeral homes around here gets paid.
Yeah. Well, I think there's different structures.
They went to jail.
But,
Good
yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Meemaw, it don't matter who you are. Shad White is down the middle, and you will go to jail.
I work in government, and I know Shad, and I'm confident that he would post my picture up there. Just like, I mean,
we talked about
not even give me a heads up.
How big of a county is Quitman County?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
Is that like how would I?
It's in the Delta, ain't it?
If it's in the Delta, then not very big. I would
probably got more corn stalks than it's got people.
Yeah. But who knows?
I don't know.
Scotty Ray's over there typing.
Yeah.
So.
It is population 5,546.
In the county?
Yeah.
The whole county?
Yes, ma'am. There we go. Quitman County. Right there.
Oh, my gracious.
So 6,176 people?
Yeah. It on the other one, it had 5,000. So they've gained 1,000 people. That's
well, they may have been counting them he was hauling off.
That is deep in the Mississippi Delta.
That is the Delta.
Yeah.
Shame, shame, shame. We all know your name now.
Yeah.
That's.
You can't be making an awful lot of money. Not worth it.
Well, it's $400 or $500 a body. You haul 30 or 40 a month. It adds up over a little while.
Yeah, but if you've got 40 a month and you only got 5,000, I mean, there's going to be a red flag there somewhere when you buried 10% of the people.
Well,
I mean, come on.
You got to back up. There was a lot of people that voted that were dead before. So
that's true.
Say what you will about Shad, I do think that he has created. It's we were talking about officers and respect and stuff like that. I think that people are fearful.
Yes.
I mean, I think think people question bad behavior more than they
make
did
sure they dot
5
their
years
I's
ago.
and they cross their T's, and it's not just.
It's and I think that's needed. It's accountability.
Will the next one be up to his standard? That's the question. The next auditor we get, are they going to put the effort
not,
in
but
that he did?
Yeah.
And as a voting public, you hate. How do I put this?
Put it on out there.
You hate for him to not be the auditor anymore. You hope for the best for him. If he wants to be governor or whatever he wants to be, you hope that he's elected because he's a good guy. But on the other hand, you got a void there. You hate to see him not be the auditor.
I want him to move up. He'd be good at whatever he does, but right now, he's awesome at auditor, and I think we need to keep him another.
But I think what he's going to tell you is, if you think I'm good at that, you ought to see me at governor. What I'm going to do, and that's going to be his look. Now we all know that in the state of Mississippi, truly the power lies with the lieutenant governor.
I don't know why.
That is where the power is in the state.
Personally, if at his age, that's what I would do. But
you just get to appear on Fox News and other sources if you're the gov. They never call the lieutenant governor.
Unless you're having you've got higher aspirations.
Correct.
But for Mississippi, I don't understand why you would.
We heard something in the middle of the night last night. What is that I hear? Oh, wait a minute. Oh yes, it was gunfire in the 1200 block of 20th Street, rather.
Was it a campaign rally?
It could have been.
Stop it. Okay, that was your one, and then we're not doing that anymore.
Let's go over to Poplar Springs Drive. What do I hear here? Oh, more gunshots. The 3900 block of Poplar Springs Drive overnight. We're not done yet. We got another place that they were happy. 8th Street and 39th Avenue. We had some ting going on there also.
McGruff is getting more mad.
Yeah, he is. He's cranky.
He was upset over this.
He started out like, okay. But then, as the pictures went on, he got more mad.
McGruff is always on the job. He handles things, folks. This young lady has been missing. We first put it out before it became a silver alert. There is a silver alert now.
Yeah.
She is missing. Miss Elena Walker is what she goes by. She's 41, 5'10".
Out of Hattiesburg?
Yeah. Could be a little bit of medical condition involved.
From Meridian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She grew up in Meridian.
Moved to Hattiesburg, and has been missing. And we certainly hope anybody that sees her or anything will get back. Hey, we got another pup missing.
Oh, this one was really cute.
Yeah, he's a cutie pie there. This is Polaris, 9 months old, been missing around Arundel Road since Monday evening.
Now that's the same. That's the same dog on the left that's on the right.
Oh, this
probably up close,
upside down.
Yeah,
it's a boy.
Oh, we're getting Shad is a JAG at Key Field.
He is
a judge advocate general, which is a lawyer.
Yeah.
At Key Field, so military lawyer. All right.
Yeah, Shad went to Harvard, but he is in the Guard out here, and so he does his monthly rotation out here. We've got another senator from South that does their Guard drill out here.
Did you ever get to appear on that show, Jag? Do you ever get to appear on that show, Jag?
Did I?
Did Shad?
Did Shad? Shad's pretty young. I think that might have been. I don't.
He's in 40s, isn't he?
I don't know how old, but I think he's. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You remember in high school when they used to divide up the money so you got to pitch in to go buy a 6-pack? I bet he got it to the penny.
I bet he did.
Well, now look, as young as he looks, I bet he never was the one to go to the store to buy. Could I get a receipt?
Yeah.
We had a boo-boo in Clark County yesterday. As we go to take a look here, this would happen on 59 at 513. Little auto accident there as we take a closer look from our friends at Clark County Hot Topics there. Two vehicles.
Scotty Ray would have covered that, but it's outside of Lauderdale.
Yeah. I always let Chad handle that one.
There's a line that pulls you back when you start getting close to Lauderdale.
Absolutely. Hey, I ran up on this, and there's a questionnaire about coworkers, and you two seem to be
let's fill it out.
Coworkers. What is the number one thing that you don't like about your coworkers' habits? They've done a big survey on this.
Don't ask him.
I don't want to say.
The first one, I guess, in a way, that can be me, but in a way, it's not.
He's going to say it's you.
It's not that I don't clean up after myself. I do clean up after myself. I just put stuff there and store it on different places.
And then he starts another pile, and then he starts another pile, and then he starts another pile.
But it's not dirty.
Now we see who the real work husband, work wife relationship is. It's you
he
two.
just strows. He strows stuff here, and he strows stuff here, and he
How's he
strows
do in the
stuff
bathroom?
I ain't got a clue.
The next question over here, coming in at number 2, and I think a lot of people show up to work just for this reason because, well, you got to know things. Some say that gossip, they don't like that about their fellow workers.
We don't gossip at work. No, we do not repeat gossip. You better listen close the first time.
I'm going, what? I thought that was...
Men don't gossip.
That's right.
My gosh.
And you would never catch any loggers doing this third thing that some people claim, that inappropriate language.
I never did it my entire time in the Navy.
Never. Inappropriate language should not be used at work. Coming in at number 4, that person, when you say, hey, at 9 o'clock we got a meeting, you always got that one that, well, can't make it on time. Oh, I'm sorry I'm late.
That to me, I am that. On time is early, early's on time, and on time is... Early is on time is late, and late's unacceptable.
Yeah.
I hate it. I can't stand it. If we say it's 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock.
I'm a big believer in timeliness, and like if I'm going to be late, then I'm communicating to you and why, and like trying to accommodate, because I do think that it's what you're saying to me is that your time is more important than mine when I'm sitting there waiting on you. So I'm real passionate about timeliness.
But when you have nothing going on, I do expect you there 5 minutes early.
Yeah, if you're in line at Wendy's and you can't get through because somebody up there's,
Yeah.
Usually, if I'm gonna be late, I just ain't going. I'm just there ain't no reason to be late.
Mm-hmm.
And coming in last, and we all know this type person. You send them a message and they don't answer you, and you're going, come on, I need to know this so I can finish what I'm doing.
But that same person jumps up and down when they send you a message, and you don't. You know what? Because I'm like that. If you message me, I'm going to answer you. That's like people that don't answer their phone. Well, Odie called me yesterday. I was in the shooting house. I forgot you. But I'm going to answer my phone because I didn't know if Odie needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not in this type of
my phone.
office setting anymore, but they like used to when they'd come, they'd send you an email and they'd come to your door and say, you get my email? Did you?
That's
yeah,
why
it came through 2 minutes ago.
That's why I don't do that.
I'm surprised drama wasn't big on top of that.
Well, I think that's the gossip drama. I think that goes hand in hand.
Gossip's just talking. Drama.
You know what? People leaving stuff in the refrigerator that they don't clean their stuff out.
That could be a sign.
What about somebody that hides the camera in the kitchen and catches something they shouldn't have?
That's why I have my own refrigerator in my office.
Why are you like this?
Because I know these stories that happen around town. I know all. They just don't want me to tell it.
What refrigerator?
Scotty Ray is watching you.
Scotty Ray.
Mm-hmm.
He everywhere.
I'd get the videos, okay?
Aren't you supposed to talk about Coca-Cola?
That's why I'm over here drinking it.
If you do have a Coca-Cola, an ice cold Coca-Cola is awesome. You want to hold it?
I don't, but I do enjoy a Coke Zero.
Well, look at there.
Baby Diet Coke.
See, I've always been a Coke girl. In the last year or so, I hated Diet Coke and the way it tasted, and I finally tried Coke Zero, and I really like it. Yeah, now, and it makes me feel a little bit better because I do love a Coke.
Well, Coke Zero tastes totally different from a Coke. It tastes totally different from a Diet Coke.
I know, but I think it's if you're a lifelong Coke addict
and you're switching
you gotta
do it slowly,
then I think that the Coke Zero is an easier intro.
There ain't nothing like a Diet Coke.
I did that on purpose.
I'm sorry, I love my Diet Coke.
We'll be right back as we travel along this morning.
Here at Meridian Cycles, we're your CF Moto headquarters, and here at the end of the year we have a special deal on CF Moto C-Force 500 four-wheelers. We're offering these for only $69.99 plus tax and title. It is a fantastic deal, and let me tell you some of the features that this four-wheeler has. This C-Force 500 features aluminum wheels, power steering, and a 2,500-pound winch, all at an incredible price of $69.99 plus tax and title. Come see us at Meridian Cycles, 80 Highway 19 North, right here in Meridian, or call 601-485-8700. Come see us.
Welcome back.
Stop complaining. We got to go back and work.
It's that drama. It's that drama.
Hey, I stumbled in this week to the Waffle House. Always some nice folks.
Stumbled into the Waffle House. I've
been there and done that. A lot of people do that.
Usually the sun's not up, but
I wanted to say they were extremely great. They fixed a great meal out in North Hills, and I just want to say good morning to them. They done a fantastic job. I got me on one of them
scattered, smothered, and
flip
covered
over things.
all right, this is a passionate subject. What's the best Waffle House in Meridian?
Roebuck Drive.
Roebuck, 22nd Avenue South.
See, I think it's over there by the IHOP, by Holiday Inn Express.
Now, and I hadn't had anything.
I ain't been there.
Yeah.
It was good. Now, I tell you, the cooking has changed from what it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I guess you expect some of it. Hash brown. I want my hash browns a little done.
Well, you got to order them right.
Scattered, smothered, covered, top, chunked, and diced.
There, but some ketchup.
So good in Vicksburg, you can't buy it after dark there now.
Bacon.
Well,
I want my bacon where it's edible. I don't want just sitting there. You pick it up. And
I don't want no burnt bacon.
I don't want it burnt, but I want it cooked.
Do y'all know this guy, Sam Hunt, country singer?
No.
TMZ reporting this morning he got him a DUI. There's his
can't do
picture
that.
there. He gonna have to pay to get out of jail.
I mean, I'm sure he's a millionaire.
He may be
at least so far. He may be innocent, but I don't ever understand that. Like, I mean, surely just pay somebody to drive you. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on
Yeah.
that.
Especially if you live in a place that's got a lift or
Yeah. I don't
Uber
know.
or a taxi or something.
That's never made sense to me.
Yeah, but alcohol changes your way of thinking.
Yeah.
It does.
do you
Later
know?
today, I expect an announcement to be made because I was watching this yesterday.
Did you hear shots?
Well, it's because shots were fired this is going on. Everybody going to jail.
The guy running across in this video, he's like, I'm getting out of here. What's the deal with the car in the middle of the road with the door open? Is that somebody that saw the police coming and just said...
Well, they had to get a picture, too.
He got him from
they were
yonder.
getting pictures. Okay.
Yeah, that's how
So
that
we're
came
just
up.
parking in the middle of the road in
That goes
front
on.
of police.
Yeah, that goes on.
Well,
a lot.
that's not the first time. That's
Yeah.
happened.
All right. Well,
So
who cares?
We expect to have an announcement probably later today of some arrest, and we'll get the rest of the story from, so to speak, as to
Okay.
why they went to the jailhouse now.
I thought your post said it was murder warrants.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Murder warrants.
Okay.
But we'll find out for who.
Okay.
Which one?
All right. Do you already think you know the answer?
I'm pretty close.
Okay.
I'm real warm on this one. I think I know.
Your Scotty Ray senses.
Yeah,
you
if
got
they're
a
going
little-
ding, 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 ding.
Okay. All right.
My spidey sense there is going off on that one there.
Your Batman sense.
Toyota of Mississippi, where they build Toyota cars, they're looking at, and Dolly really has to take credit for this. If you remember watching 9 to 5 after they took over, they installed a daycare at work.
Yeah.
Toyota of Mississippi is going to be doing that to where parents will be closer
Yeah.
to the children, get there on time to help out. That's probably a pretty good thing there.
Yeah. I mean,
And charge a little bit.
Totally
no, I'm sure
agree.
they're charging for it,
with it,
but it's
yeah.
just, I mean,
What takes it
making it
off?
easier for your employees. They're going to be better employees. You're going to get more productivity. They're going to be happier. It's going to be an incentive to stay.
Get with your local schools and colleges and do early childhood development classes and have them. Everybody could work.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these folks. They do a whole lot for our community. Our friends at Snowden and Company. If you hadn't been there in a while, you're getting ready to sell your home, purchase a new one. See Amanda, any of her friendly staff. They'll help you
Getting
there.
kicked out.
Yeah, get kicked out, need a house. She's probably got one. She can get you hooked up by nightfall. You can get one there on Bounds Road. They also have another one on King Road for sale. Land, whichever the case is. And boy, these are really beautiful as you go down through here for Collinsville. If you need a business site or just land, they've got it all for you there. 453-3937. Drop in and visit with her. She's sweet as she can be, nice as all get out. Snowden
Sure
Company
is.
there. Have we need to bring this back up as we get ready for Mardi Gras. That's not far off.
I know you've been really good about pushing that. We're just still looking for floats, so I want everybody to go on. You can go to Meridian Mardi Gras Facebook page, and it's like the first or second post there. You can go, and there's a link. You can do it all online.
I've got to sign up.
Yeah, but it's going to be, I think we're going to have a really good Meridian Mardi Gras this year. We're really excited about it. So also that day is the Downtown History Walk. That's a lot of fun. 22nd. So it's a full day. February the 22nd is going to be Meridian Mardi Gras. It's the pet parade and pet stuff is going to be earlier in the morning, but the main stuff starts at noon. Bands, crawfish, gumbo.
Now we on another event that's happening today, we might need to call Coca-Cola because it was a great idea when it was put together for today.
What was it?
Hot chocolate. They're giving that away over at Webb, but it's turned kind of warm.
Yeah.
So still doing hot chocolate starting at 8:30 this morning at Webb Funeral Home if you want to drop by. Again, it's going to be a little warm for it.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen if there's probably another option there also.
Put some ice in it, call it chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, it's the same.
I brought this up earlier in the week. Greg, how do you feel about this? Because hunters are very passionate about their deer hunting. How do you feel about having to report everything that you kill?
No.
I'm with you on that.
That's just my opinion, but no.
The government getting too deep.
They want to know too much. I don't know. Now, I'm glad I've seen people fussing about them extending to 2 days. I mean, come on, people. That ain't going to make it.
You ain't even killed anything.
No, I ain't playing. I just watch
He just goes out there and pets them.
I love watching my deer. I don't know.
Next thing we know, he's going to be feeding them beef jerky like those Cephas.
I think you will see in the future things change because I believe, like we always talk about, follow the money.
Yeah.
I think these insurance companies are going to get involved in lobbying and we got too many deer hits. I mean, come on, people. It's costing the insurance companies out the wazoo, which in return is costing us because the overpopulation of deer. But if you extend the season, it ain't going to matter because people are not shooting does. I mean, me included. I mean, I'm saying me too. We go out there and watch them, but we got overpopulation of deer.
Let me ask you if anybody in the room would have bought this. You're at a yard sale and you see that.
Why?
I mean, possible, but how much?
I wouldn't have. I mean, I'd have walked right by that and thought, oh, at least somebody can't paint. It's pretty bad.
These grandpa's puffing on the pipe.
They paid $50 for it.
And it's worth a pile.
Yeah, it's Van Gogh, that guy that cut his ear
Van
off.
Gogh?
I thought it was golf.
I should have just let you think that.
Really? I thought all these years I thought his name was Van Gogh.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. Really?
Okay.
It's Van who?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. Well, it's about time he changed his name. But anyway, they paid $50 for it in Minnesota, and it's worth $15 million.
I think that's lovely.
More if it was Van Gogh.
I mean, golf. I think golf is the guy that cut his ear off. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Didn't he lay on his back?
Yeah, G-O-G-H.
The G-H side.
Not in my world, it's not.
Didn't he
That's
lay
golf.
on his back and paint that ceiling or
Sure
something?
did.
No.
He was on a ladder and done that, wasn't he?
Scotty Ray says we ain't wasting no letters around here. We're going to use every one of them.
Yes, sir. Why put it on
in
there?
This studio.
Well, I mean, if your name is going to be Van Gogh, G-O. I mean, let's just really.
I'm with
Who's
you.
with me? Let's have a.
We should change it.
I'm with you.
Okay. He's not around to contest
He can't
it.
argue the fact no more.
We can do an edit there if need be.
Yeah. He can't hear you.
It's like, what is that city in Gaucher?
Yeah, that was a tough one.
How did you say
Man, that is,
Gaudier or something like that.
Yeah, and I was sitting here going,
it's okay. I mispronounce
is
stuff.
that Gardier? I said, you call it Gardier. And then I said, I can't.
It should be Gaucher.
Last week I said Illinois on accident. You know, I was reading it and I said Illinois and I was like, what an idiot. You know, so it happens to all of us.
But I mean, I am not the problem. It's the person who spelled it is the problem.
Well, Scott's got it right and says Scotty Ray don't speak French, and that is true.
Thibodeau is Stabadox. I mean,
it's Mississippi. Goshay. Where somebody call what's his name and do a governor.
I don't even think you just spelled it right.
G-O.
Yeah.
That's how I'd do it. Shay. S-H-A-Y. That's how I'd say.
Okay.
For Gaucher.
All right.
Y'all with me?
I think that you should take that up.
Don't be putting an E on it or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Charles said that you need to put an H in jalapeno.
Jalapeno?
Instead of a jalapeno.
There's a lot of words that really just don't make sense because somebody didn't know what they were doing.
Well, they're derived from other languages, and then...
I didn't care for all that. Hey, in other news, if you've got a little money to spare and want to invest into the stock market, Twin Peaks is going public.
Well,
what you got?
I thought they were public a long time ago.
That was a good one. All right, I knew you were gonna have something good.
That's gonna wrap it up for us.
Thank goodness.
And the old gong hits.
It's time. It's time. It's over.
I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all for joining us this morning. It has been a blast. You got any birthdays that actually came in?
We got a few, and a special one that goes out to long time member of the group here. Mark Ingram is having a birthday. Mark, happy birthday. Brian Ray's turning 42. Linda Woodall, Ashley Forsyth, and Al Turnipseed all having birthdays today.
People that got problems right now. Another problem for P. Daddy or Puff Daddy. 2 more people have stepped forward and said, well, he wasn't nice. He's got more charges coming on him. It looks like UPS shares are going down 15% after they said they're not going to haul as much Amazon product as they did last year. Shares are shrinking. Bad.
Keep going down. I'll buy some.
Yeah. All right, we need to get out. Do you have a Bible verse?
Let's see what we got up here. We're going to go to Romans 1, verse 16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes. All you've got to do is simple. He gives us the instructions in the Bible. All we got to do is put Lord and Savior Jesus Christ first in our heart. Make a difference in your life today and bring him in to guide you through your everyday thoughts. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Monday be here. Ooh. Won't be here Monday. You got your guest coming in. You got this girl coming in. Or that girl.
She wouldn't have anything to do with me.
Well, golly. Well, you'll have somebody else coming in Monday. I'll be back Tuesday. But until then, remember,
y'all are getting an award of some sort?
Out at NAS. Me and Greg will be out there on base. Yeah.
What award did y'all win?
We got to wait.
You got to wait.
Oh.
I didn't even tell Greg.
I'm interested.
I ain't got a clue.
I told him, I said, no hat. He'll have to make sure both hairs are parted and lay down right.
Man. You got one of those little Stanley Lucky outfits? You need to wear it. Folks, we want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for having a part of our show today. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back Monday. We'll be covering anything that happens in the area live on the scene. We'll see you there bright and early. We'll be back Monday.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.